Good morning, students. In today's class, we are going to discuss the content which is present in the book. Right? In early classes, we discuss the things in PowerPoint presentation with a respective diagram. And today's class, I'm going to explain the content what's present in the book. The unit name is changes around us. What is the thing? First, initially, what we see in our daily life. What a fun would it be if you suddenly get some magical powers? If you have a magical powers, what are change things around you? What are things you would want to change? So, if you have a magical power, what are things you would like to change? Definitely, if you don't like to go to school right now, it's happened. Maybe the magic of Corona. But this is our some of the small desire in our life. Is even I am also think about that. இன்னைக்கு ஸ்கூல் இல்லாமல் இருந்தால் நல்லா இருக்குமே. For almost 8 months. For 8 months we don't have a school. We are not having people are not having the problem, not having the pressure, stress given by teacher. What are the things make you to write? But it's needed. Right now, you people may understand. It is needed. The things are needed. If you did the work on time, it's not be a stress to you people, right? Right now, you people are enjoying your holidays. Along 8 months, you people are enjoying in your home. You are not come to school. The magic is happen. But right now, you people may able to feel whether the thing is enjoyable. Relief is needed. Maybe 1 month or 1.5 month. It's good for our life and good for our health. 8 months, a long gap. You people are not having a relationship, direct contact with your friends. You people may having some dilemma whether we have a direct contact with our friend or not, because whether that person may have corona or not, we don't know. It's not the particular disease is not visible to our naked eye. Am I right? So think about how the life is changed, right? So magical power is needed, but it should be used for a good thing. Not like I won't like to come to school, I won't like to write the test. Now one more thing I like to explain. Generally people are not don't like to write tests. You think about you always think about the test which is always be presented in our school or in colleges or some other examination, right? That the thing is whether that things only make our life um, gives some other dimension to us. Yes, definitely the examination is definitely going to give you some different dimension to you. I very lately I realize I'm also think about how identify the test, who identify the examination. I also be having the same mentality, but I realize very lately because the test make you perfect. The test give you experience make a person perfect, that we already know, right? தப்பு பண்ணால் மட்டும்தான் தெரிஞ்சிக்க முடியும். டெஸ்ட்டில் நம்ம பண்ணக்கூடிய தப்பு வாழ்க்கையில் நம்ம அதை திருத்திக்கூடிய ஒரு சான்ஸ், வாய்ப்பு. அந்த டெஸ்ட்டை நம்ம ப்ராப்பராக எழுதணும். காப்பி அடிக்காமல் எழுதுகிற போது அதில் பண்ணக்கூடிய தப்பை நம்ம திருத்திக்கான பாசிபிலிட்டிஸ் இருக்கும். தட் இஸ் த மீனிங் ஆஃப் டெஸ்ட். அந்த டெஸ்ட்டு நம்ம ரிட்டன் எழுதுன்னு மட்டும்தான் நினச்சிட்ருக்கோம். இட்ஸ் நாட் ட்ரூ. நம்ம லைஃப்பில் ஒவ்வொரு மொமெண்ட்டும் நம்ம டெஸ்டட் பட்டுக்கிட்டே இருக்கும். டெஸ்டட் பண்ணப்பட்டுக்கிட்டே தான் இருக்கும். அந்த டெஸ்ட் வந்து ரிட்டனாக இல்லாமல் இருக்கும். மேபி உங்கள் அம்மா நாளைக்கு ஒரு நாள் காலையில் அந்த திங்ஸை எடுத்து வைப்பா அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறது ஃபஸ்ட் டெஸ்ட்டு. அதை நம்ம எடுத்து வச்சுட்டு செகண்ட் டே அவங்க சொல்ல மாட்டாங்க, ஆனால் நாமளே எடுத்து வைக்கணும்னு அவங்க எதிர்பார்ப்பாங்க. தட்ஸ் த மீனிங் ஆஃப் ரியல் டெஸ்ட். நம்ம லைஃப்பில் பண்ணக்கூடிய ஒரு முக்கியமான டெஸ்ட் அது. ஆனால் கண்டிப்பாக எதிர்பார்ப்பாங்க. அது நம்ம ரியலைஸ் பண்ணணும். அதுதான் உங்களோட லைஃப்பில் நம்ம லேர்ன் பண்ணக்கூடிய ஃபஸ்ட் எக்ஸாமினேஷன், ரியல் டைம் எக்ஸாமினேஷன். சீரியஸ்லி தட் இஸ் த திங் இஸ் ஹேப்பன் so many people's life. நம்ம அதை பண்ணுறது கிடையாது. we want to do changes needed. The changes should be useful and changes should be useful for you and also for the people who is around you. அதனால சேஞ்சஸ் அரௌண்ட் அஸ் இந்த யூனிட் நேம் இட்ஸ் வெரி குட் நீடட் யூனிட் ஃபார் யூ. நிறைய விஷயங்கள் நம்ம எலாபரேட்டாக அப்பார்ட் ஃப்ரம் சப்ஜெக்ட் நம்ம பேச முடியும்னா இந்த யூனிட் ஒரு நல்ல எக்ஸ்பிளனேஷன் தான். மேஜிக்கல் பவர், இஃப் யூ ஹேவ் அ மேஜிக்கல் பவர், வாட் ஆர் திங்ஸ் யூ லைக் டு சேஞ்ச் அப்படின்னு கேட்குறப்போ ஐ நீட் அ கார், ஐ நீட் அ பஸ், ஐ நீட் அ சைக்கிள், ஐ நீட் அ வீடியோ கேம், ஐ நீட் அ மொபைல் ஃபோன், இப்படி தான் நினைப்போம். ஆக்சுவலி திங்ஸ் வாட் யூ நீட் இஸ் யூ நீட் அ கான்ஃபிடென்ட். அதுதான் நம்ம என்றைக்குமே கேட்கக்கூடிய ஒரு விஷயம். ஐ நீட் அ கான்ஃபிடென்ட் டு ஃபேஸ் வாட் ஆர் த ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ் இஸ் கோயிங் டு ஹேப்பன் இன் அவர் லைஃப். ஒரு வாழ்க்கையில் அடுத்த வரக்கூடிய பிரச்சனைகளை ஃபேஸ் பண்ணுறதுக்கான கான்ஃபிடன்ஸ். இது வந்து நிறைய பேர் லைஃப்பில் நம்ம கேட்க மாட்டோம். ஒரு மேஜிக் பவர் கிடச்சா, ஒரு ஈவன் இஃப் யூ ஹேவ் பிளஸ்ட், இஃப் யூ ஏபிள் டு, நடக்காது மேபி, இஃப் த திங் இஸ் ஹேப்பன், கடவுளே கட் பண்ணிட்டு வராங்க. இந்த காட் பிளஸ் யூ இன் ஃப்ரண்ட் ஆஃப் பிளஸ் கிவ் what you say, you can able to see a God in front of you. What are things you may able to ask அப்படின்ற போது, only things you want to ask, ஈவன் இன்றைக்கே நான் வச்சுக்கோங்க, கடவுள்கிட்ட கேட்கக்கூடிய விஷயம், நான் நல்லா படிக்கணும், நான் கான்ஃபிடண்ட்டாக எல்லா விஷயத்தையும் ஃபேஸ் பண்ணணும், நான் உண்மையானவனாக இருக்கணும். ஐ வாண்ட் டு பி பிலீவ், ஐ வாண்ட் டு பி ட்ரூ டு மை செல்ஃப் அண்ட் ஆல்சோ த பீப்புள் ஹூ இஸ் பிலீவ் மீ. ஆனால் அது அவங்க உண்மையானவங்களாக இருக்கணும். ஸோ அவங்களுக்கு நம்ம வந்து பிலீவாக இருக்கணும். பட் யூ வாண்ட் டு பி கான்ஃபிடென்ட் டு ஸ்டெப் ஃபார்வர்ட். அது ரொம்ப முக்கியம். தப்பு நடந்தாலும் பரவாயில்ல, யூ வாண்ட் டு கான்ஃபிடென்ட், பி டூ த ஒர்க், பட் இட் ஷுட் பி யூஸ்ஃபுல் அண்ட் இட் பி குட் திங். நல்ல விஷயங்களாக இருக்கணும். அதை மட்டும் மைண்டில் வச்சுக்கோங்க. நல்ல விஷயங்களுக்கு என்றைக்குமே கடவுள் கூடவே இருப்பார். ஸோ இது வந்து ஒரு ஜஸ்ட் இது தேவையில்லாததுன்னு நினைக்காதீங்க. இட்ஸ் லீடர். நான் ரொம்ப லேட்டாக ஒரு விஷயத்தை நான் அனலைஸ் பண்ண பிகாஸ் திஸ் கொரோனா கிவ்ஸ் மீ லாட் ஆஃப் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ். சீரியஸ்லி ஐ லேர்ன் ஸோ மெனி திங்ஸ் ஃப்ரம் இந்த லைஃப். நிறைய விஷயங்கள் நான் வீட்டில் இல்லாத போதுன்னு தெரிஞ்சுப்பேன். வீட்டில் இருக்கிறப்போ நான் நிறைய லேர்ன் பண்ணிக்கிட்டேன். எங்கள் வீட்டில் நடக்கக்கூடிய சில விஷயங்கள்லேருந்து நான் கற்றுக்கிட்ட விஷயத்த உங்களுக்கு எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணுறேன். நீங்களும் யூ ஆர் பீப்புள்ஸ் ஆர் யங், பட் நீங்கள் இந்த நேரத்தில் உறுதியாக உங்களை நீங்கள் சேஞ்ச் பண்ணிக்க முடியும். ஸோ நோ ஐ எம் எக்ஸ்பிளைனிங் ஸோ மெனி திங்ஸ். ரைட் நவ் யூ வாண்ட் டு கம் டு த டாபிக். So generally we can't able to get the magical power. Magic is a trick. You know, you want to know. Magic is a trick. The magical person may able to do some tricks to do the work actually, but we think that yeah, he is having some power. Actually, it's a trick. Definitely, we should not be happen, right? So we can still change a few things around us. What are things we can able to change? நம்ம பக்கத்தில் இருக்கக்கூடிய சில விஷயங்களை சேஞ்ச் பண்ண முடியும் அப்படின்றத அவங்க சொல்ல வராங்க. வாட் ஆர் திங்ஸ் நம்ம சேஞ்ச் பண்ண முடியும்? we can change our habitat, we can change our attitude. அது ரொம்ப முக்கியம். ஆட்டிடியூட் காமிக்கிறதுனா உண்மையே ஐ எம் நாட் அ குட் லிசனர், பட் ரைட் நோ ஐ லைக் டு லிசன் த வாட் ஆர் த பர்சன் ஏபிள் டு டாக் டு மீ. ஐ எம் நாட் அ குட் லிசனர், பட் ஐ எம் திஸ் கொரோனா பீரியட் ஹெல்ப்ஸ் மீ லாட் டு கெட் சம் நாலேஜ் த்ரூ மொபைல் ஃபோன், யூடியூப், அண்ட் ஐ எம் அ குட் லிசனர் ரைட் நோ. நான் இன்னுமே நான் லேர்ன் பண்ணிக்கிறேன் அதை. ஐ வாண்ட் டு பி குட் லிசனர். கண்டிப்பாக ஒரு மனுஷனாக இருக்கவனுக்கு மொதல் விஷயம் கேட்கும் தன்மை. கேட்கும்னா சும்மா கேட்குறதில்ல, ஒருத்தங்க சொல்கிறத கண்டிப்பாக லிசன் பண்ண கற்றுக்கணும். அதுதான் ஃபஸ்ட்டு லேர்னிங் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸோட ஃபஸ்ட்டு ஸ்டெப் தான். தென் உங்கள் ஆட்டிடியூட் ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்காக மாறும். அவங்க கேட்கக்கூடிய கேள்விக்கு நம்ம பதில் சொல்கிறதுக்கு ரெடி ஆகும், தவிர அவங்க கேட்காத கேள்விக்கு நம்ம பதில் சொல்லக்கூடாது. ஸோ அப்படின்னா என்ன பண்ணணும், நம்ம குட் லிசனராக இருந்தோம்னா பிரச்சனை சால்வ் ஆகும்னு அர்த்தம். டென்ஷனாக இருப்போ நம்ம அந்த லிசனரை மறந்துடுவோம். எல்லாருமே வாழ்க்கையில் நடக்கிறது தான். பட் யூ வாண்ட் டு கன்வின்ஸ் யுவர் செல்ஃப். எந்த இடத்துல நம்ம தப்பு பண்ணணுமோ அந்த இடத்துல நம்ம சரி பண்ணிக்கலாம். சாரி கேட்கறத பற்றி யோசிக்காதீங்க. தாராளம் எவ்வளோ சின்ன பையனாக இருந்தாலும் சரி போய் சாரி கேளுங்க, அந்த பிரச்சனை சால்வ் ஆகும். ஸோ இங்கே நம்ம மறுபடியும் உங்களுக்கு அட்வைஸ் பண்ண வேண்டியதாக போயிடுச்சு. பட் எனிவே திஸ் யூனிட்ஸ் ரிலேட்டட் லைக் திஸ், பட் we can still change a few things around us. Perhaps many things, நிறைய விஷயங்கள் நம்ம சேஞ்ச் பண்ண முடியும். Can we list a few things? What are things can able to change without magic? Right now we can see many changes are taking place around us. In the fields, the crop change from time to time, right? Rice or cultivation period during the period of October to December, because rice, the crop called paddy needed so much of water compared to wheat. So that particular it's a seasonal plant. ரைஸ்ன்னு எடுத்துக்கிட்டோம்னா ஸோ ஒரு சீசனுக்கு தான் நம்ம அந்த பிளான்ட் கிடைக்கும். ஈவன் ஃப்ரூட்ஸும் நம்ம அப்படி தான் நம்ம எடுத்துக்கிறோம், ரைட்? we can't able to get mango during the season of during the period of October or November. Practically it's impossible. It has some different season. Summer seasonல தான் மேங்கோ கிடைக்கும். ஸோ my லைஃப்பில் கிராப்ஸோட டைம் பீரியடு change from time to time. Sometimes leaves fall from trees. That's called autumn season. Changes color and dry out. Sometimes changes of colors will happen. We can't able to get the same color in same day. Sometimes we may get some blue sky, sometimes a dark blacky sky because of the climatical change. Or any changes happen in your body, definitely the nail will grown up, right? The only thing which will nail and our hair, what's present, right? These two things be grown up every day, right? Your nails will grow, your hair will grow, you grow taller. If you then you want to, if you have become an adult, yes, definitely you become an adult. So your elongation of your skeleton also be happen. That is one of the changes. One of the changes will happen in our human body, and your weight increases or decreases depend upon your food taken, right? Did you realize earlier that so many changes are take place around you all the time? Yes, இதெல்லாம் நம்ம வந்து ரியலைஸ் பண்ணியிருப்போம், but we don't think so this thing should not be happen, but it's the things which is happen in our day-to-day life. So these all changes will happen without magical power. இந்த விஷயம் நடந்துக்கிட்டே இருக்கும், right? Right. Can some of the changes be grouped together? Definitely some of the changes can able to group together, right? One is reversible change and irreversible change. Yes. Can all changes always be reversed? Definitely not, right? Hence I already explained, ripe fruit we can't able to get the unripe fruit. பழத்தை மறுபடியும் unripe, we can't able to reverse the change, right? Like they are giving some activity, take a balloon and blow it, take care that it does not burst. The shape and size of the balloon have changed. Yes, exactly, because air extract pressure, you are giving air inside to the balloon, right? So the air which extract the elasticity of the balloon, right? So it will give it, what happened, the air give different shapes and size. That's the thing is happen. Now let the air escape. What the, later you just leave the balloon, right? What happened, it will fly to some other extent, right? Some other place, because of the pressure, air pressure inside the balloon. It will the air like to escape from the mouth of the balloon, then it makes the balloon to move away from the place, right? So what happened, at last we get the original size of the balloon. So this is reversible, right? And take a piece of paper and fold it as shown in figure, like this is the thing. So we can able to make a paper, we can able to make a aeroplane, right? These things will do when during corona time. This is one of the activity we like to do, right? So we can able to make the paper like a aeroplane, we can able to make a boat, right? So whether we can able to get the original paper at last after removing, after unfold the shape of unfold the aeroplane, yes, we can able to reverse the process, right? And because the paper is not teared out and it's not burned out, we just make it as shape, we just give some shape to the paper, we can able to unfold the paper, we can able to get the original size and shape and size of the paper, right? So this is also reversible one. And take some dough and make a ball, try to roll out a roti. Maybe you are too happy with this shape and this and wish to change it back into the ball of the dough again, right? So மாவு இந்த விஷயத்தை நம்ம வந்து ரொம்ப ப்ராக்டிஸ் பண்ணுவோம். இது நீங்கள் கொரோனா டைமில் நம்ம அது ஒரு ஆக்டிவிட்டியாக நம்ம பண்ணியிருக்கலாம், பட் நான் பண்ணியிருக்கேன். பிகாஸ் அது ஒரு டைம் அவங்க அம்மாவுக்கு ஹெல்ப் பண்ணதாக இருக்கும், நம்மளுக்கும் ஒரு அந்த டைம் பாஸ் ஆகிற மாதிரி ஒரு பாசிபிலிட்டி இருந்துச்சுக்கோங்களேன். ஸோ அந்த பாலை வந்து வி ஜஸ்ட் மேக் எ ரோட்டி, சம்டைம்ஸ் யூ மேக் இட் எ ஷேப், அது நம்மளுக்கு ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமாக இருக்கும். பட் வி கேன் ரீடைன் த ஒரிஜினல் ஷேப். மறுபடியும் அந்த ரொட்டியோட பால் ஒன்ஸ் யூ கேன் ஏபிள் டு மேக் த ஒரிஜினல் ஷேப் ஆஃப் த பால் பை யூஸிங் யுவர் ஓன் ஹேண்ட். அதை ரவுண்ட் பண்ணி மறுபடியும் ஒரே இடத்துல அந்த டஃப்லேயே கூட வைக்கிறதுக்கான பாசிபிலிட்டிஸ் இருக்குது, ரைட்? தட்ஸ் அ ரிவர்சபிள் சேஞ்ச். நவ் திங்க் அபவுட் த 3 changes. Activity 1, 2, 3. Was it possible to get the balloon back to its original shape and size? Simple. If you lift out the air which is present in the balloon, we will be able to get the original shape and size. Then was the size of the paper same as before and after making aeroplane? Exactly same. If you unfold the aeroplane, we can able to get the original shape and size, right? Was it possible to get back the ball of duff again? Yes, we can able to get ball of the duff again. Once if you take out from the pan, but this thing should not be happen if you toast it out. Once if you toast it out, we can able to get the original shape and size. So exactly, this is also reversible one. So finally we concluded the above 3 activities are reversible activity, right? Now we are going to see other 3 activities. Take the same balloon which you are used in activity 1, blow it to full size and tie its mouth with a string tightly using the what you call string inserts a thread. Simple. Prick it with the pointed tip of your pencil. What happened? It will burst out, right? Right. So this is activity. And then activity 5, take the same piece of paper what you use in activity 2, draw an aeroplane and cut it. Instead of making a aeroplane, you want to draw the aeroplane and you want to cut the aeroplane according to the shape what you draw in the paper, right? This is activity 5. And activity 6, roll out a roti from the ball of duff again and bake it on a tawa. I told you, right? Once you bake it, once you toast it, you can able to get the original shape of the bulb. It becomes a different shape what you roll it out in the pan. Roti maker. Suppose you are asked the same three question. What is this? So what the question asks, whether the change is reversible or not. All the above changes are irreversible. Once you cut it out, you can able to get the original shape of the paper. Right. Once the balloon bursts it out, you can be able to get the original shape of the balloon what we have in for activity 1. And also this thing, once you bake the roti in a pan, you can't able to get the original shape. So these three activities are irreversible process. So what is the meaning? Finally, what we want to conclude, in our daily life, some changes are reversible and some changes are irreversible. The changes which will happen, and we can, if you be able to retain the original shape and size what we get in earlier, that is reversible. If you are not able to get the original shape and size and the color, that is irreversible, right? So some of the common changes are explained here. This we already did. Raw egg to boiled egg. So whether it's a reversible, it's irreversible. So can be reversible. You want to put no. Batter to idli. No, we can't able to get the original flour. Rice flour. So it's irreversible. So we want to put no here. We can't able to get reverse the process. Wet cloth to dry cloth. That's reversible. Once if you tried, if you put in if you wash the dry cloth one more time, it becomes wet. So that is irreversible. So you want to put yes. Woolen yarn to knitted sweater. Once the sweater is knitted out, we can able to get the woolen properly, right? So that is irreversible. So no. Grain to its flour. Once the grain is crushed into or as a make it as a flour, we can't able to get the original things, right? Cold milk to hot milk. That is a reversible process, because if you put the hot milk in a freezer of a refrigerator, we can able to get the cold milk one more time. Straight string to coiled string, that's possible, right? Once if you use your finger to make it as a coiled string, that is reversible only. So it's reversible, it's yes. Bud to flower, this is a natural phenomena. It should not be reversed. Once the bud become a flower, you can't able to get the bud one more time. Like our human life cycle, சின்னதிலிருந்து பெருசாகிட்டாலும் மறுபடியும் சின்னவனாக முடியாது, practically impossible. So this is natural phenomena and is not reversible. No. Milk to honey, this is also one of the natural phenomena, you can't able to get. Cow dung to biogas, once it be converted into biogas, you can't able to get the cow dung one more time. So reversible, it's not a reversible, it's no. Stretched rubber band to its normal size, yes, we can't able to get its normal size. So it says ice cream to molten ice cream, that's possible. So that is reversible. Could that, okay, up to we discuss about reversible and irreversible. Right now we are going to discuss, could there be other ways to bring a change? Okay, what are the other ways to bring the changes that we are going to discuss? We all see the tools which are used to dig the soil. Have you ever seen how the iron blade in this tool is fixed to the wooden handle? Right? So, see here in this tool, we call it as a what do you call a hacksaw? Not a hacksaw. This is a pick saw, and in Tamil we call this mammiti, right? And like these tools, how this iron the sharp ends of iron is very catchy in the wooden log. That's the thing, is most important thing we want to discuss. How it expand, how it contract, right? That we want to discuss right now. What we want to discuss, how this wooden log enter into the small hole of the ring which is present in that iron pick saw, right? Right. The iron blade of this tool has a ring in which the wooden handle is fixed. Normally the ring is slightly smaller in size than the wooden handle. To fix the handle, the ring is heated and it becomes slightly larger in size. So what we what they like to finally conclude, iron having the capability to expand and contract. depend upon the heat what we are given to the particular material, that is called iron. So once you heat the iron, it will expand, right? Later, if you cool to the normal temperature, it will contract, right? இதுதான் நம்ம அன்னைக்கு நம்ம கிளாஸில் இருப்போது I just send you the railway track. Why the railway track? Why our government fix the railway track with some space? Because the track will expand during summer season and contract during winter season, right? So the space is almost 1 millimeter, I think so. So that space is needed. If it not present during summer season, it will expand. Then the track will it will cause damage to the track, because the vehicle and the railway engine, right? The train, what you call as train, which are having almost tons and tons of it able to travel, which able to carry tons and tons of kilograms. So if it is a complete track, it makes a damage to the track. So only we have some gap between the two railway tracks. So that's the thing. Same principles used here. Now the handle easily fits into the ring. When the rings cool down, it contracts and fits tightly onto the handle. That's the thing is happen. Such a change is also used for fixing the metal rim on the wooden wheel of a cart. The same thing is used in the bullock cart. Okay. Again, the metal rim is made slightly smaller than the wooden wheel. On heating, the rim expands and fits on the wheel. Cold water is then poured out over the rim, which contracts and fits tightly onto the wheel. You want to see the metal rim? Yeah, this is the things present in the bullock cart, right? So why they use that metal ring in the bullock cart? The reason, wood is a material which will which allow more amount of friction. Once the friction is happen in the wooden material, it will reduce the size, and at one instant it make that friction may damage the wooden wheel. So to avoid this thing, our ancestor find out this possibility, use the metal, using of metal in the wooden wheel. So this wheel will carry it also having some friction, but it does not make a problem, and it does not damage for long, and it have capable to travel for long period. Okay, it doesn't, the friction between wood and iron, the metal is different, right? The metal having allow more friction compared to the wooden material. So only our ancestor find this possibility, and they use it in the wooden wheel. Okay, when we heat water in the pan, it begins to boil after some time. If you continue to heat further, the quantity of water in the pan begin to decrease, because the process of evaporation, right? So that's the thing is the activities present here. Activity 7, chapter 5, you were able to see this there, that the evaporation process. Once you boil the water, it becomes water vapor. You have observed that water vapor gets changed into liquid water when it is cold. We all have noticed melting of ice. Ice melts when it's heated. What does it change into it? Is it possible to change this water back into ice? Yes, we can able to change. Once it ends, what they told, once you boil the water, it evaporated and it converts to water vapor. Then we already read the one more process called condensation, right? What is the condensation? The process of converting the vapor into a liquid state. That process is called condensation. This process is possible by means of giving cold, using of ice cubes or using of freezer, right? So this is a reversible process. So Bojo asked one more question, we will see here. Bojo has often noticed that road construction workers eat a black material, tar, is for repair a road. He wants to know whether the change caused in tar by heating can be reversed. Once the change happen in a tar, it can't be reversed, right? Like tar is a material which is get from crude oil. It's one of the material which is get from fast. It's one of the material, one of the what do you call extract material which is get from crude oil. Once the tar is left out, and once we use it out in a road, we can't able to get the tar one more time. We want to make it a new tar. Okay, so that's a Boja's question. I answer for the question. And Paheli wants to know if you have ever seen a blacksmith making some tools. How does a blacksmith change a piece of iron into different tools? A piece of iron is heated till it becomes red hot. It then becomes soft and it's beaten into a desired shape. What changes has taken place on iron on being heated? That's the things explained earlier. While heating iron, it will expand. It will give some flexibility. Right? We will make the iron to different tools by hitting, by hammering the piece, the iron, red hot iron material. Right? Once if you heat it out, and after if you put it in water in a normal temperature, it gives some shape. So because of expansion, because of iron having the property of expansion, so it gives some different shape. That's the explanation for Peheli's question. Then activity 7, take some small candle and measure its length with a scale. Now fix it at a suitable place and light it. Let it burn for some time. Now blow out the candle and measure its length again. Can the change in the length of the candle be reversed? If we were to take some wax in a pan and heat it, can this change be reversed? The thing is, here one thing is reversible and one more thing is irreversible. In the process of burning of candle, the thread which is used inside the candle is irreversible, right? Because it converted into gas. But the wax which is collected in the pan, we can able to make it a different shape, because wax doesn't convert into gas or some other things. The material which is inside the candle may give which give light enough, and it will convert it into gas, right? So in this process, wax possibly the material wax will be reversible, but the material which is inside the candle, that is called a thread, or the thing which is used to light up the candle, is reversible because it will convert into gas, that we call as carbon dioxide. So this thing is present here, and they ask you to do the same activity with an incense stick. Incense, sorry, it's not incense, it's an incense stick. Incense stick now very one. So it's the same thing. What we do, if you do the same activity in the incense stick, what will happen? What will happen? It's a irreversible process, because all the material which is present in the incense stick is burnable, and it will convert it into gas, possibly carbon dioxide, but that carbon dioxide having some fluorescent, that is having some flavor, so it gives some good odor to us, right? Good odor to us because of the flavor which is used in the incense stick. But this process, irreversible process, we can able to retain the incense sticks once it burned out. So this thing is present here. So far we have discussed the changes occurring in a given object or its material. What are the changes that occur when two substances are mixed together? So now we are going to think about if two or three substances mixed together, what are the changes will happen. In chapter 4, we dissolved salt in water. We discussed in chapter 4, right? Called separation of substance, I think so. That's called miscible immiscible solution solubility, that we discussed on that chapter. We dissolve salt in water. Do you think a change occur in salt or in water? Is it possible to reverse this change? Yes, the changes occur. There is no any change, but actually the only changes occur enter the material we called as solvent and the solute. We know that universal solvent is water, right? Which can able to mix, which can able to accept the other material. It can able to make the solute to dissolved, right? Once you put the salt, and if you stir it out properly, it will dissolve inside the water. But whether the question is whether the process is reversible or not. Yes, the process is reversible while doing the a reverse process, right? What are the reverse process we want to do? And this explanation also given in unit number 4, I think. Separation of substance. Separation of what you call it? NaCl, common salt, from seawater or a river water. That is also explained in that particular unit, right? What you want, they make it as a bed and they separate the salt from the water by doing the process of evaporation, right? என்ன பண்ணுவோம், பெட்டாக பிரிச்சுருவாங்க. தண்ணி அந்த உப்பு தண்ணியை உள்ளே விட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் அவங்க தே டூயிங் சம் மூவிங் ப்ராசஸ். தென் அதுக்கப்புறம் the salt will sedimented in one side of the bed, and the water which is evaporated, which we keep this, we do this process in bright sunlight. So what the sun will do, the sun will suck out the water by doing the by using the name of the process called evaporation, right? So the water in the present in the salt will evaporate because of the heat which is given by the sun. So how we can be able to reverse? By doing the process of condensation. I am explaining these things, whether the process is reversible. Yes, the process is reversible. By doing the process of condensation, we can able to get the same water as rain, right? The process will happen in the sky, but because it's a huge thing which is happen, it's a natural phenomenon. We can able to treat it by using some ice cold material or else some other machine. The process is reversed by in the sky. The process name is condensation. What is the process called? What the process to tell about? The condensation is the process which convert the water vapor into liquid. Vapor into liquid material. What are the process? What are the possible water? What are the possible vapor is escape by doing the cooling process? It will convert into liquid. So this process is reversible. In chapter 5 we learn how to separate salt from its solution. That's the thing I explained. So how we separate the salt by doing the evaporation process, and later we will do the condensation process. We will reverse it. So the entire process is reversible. Okay. So once you dissolve water in the once you dissolve salt in the water, we will able to reverse it while doing proper chemical reactions or chemical process, right? I will ask if you have ever seen curd being set. A small quantity of curd is added to warm milk. The milk stirred and it's set aside for a few hours and take a warm place. In a few hours, the milk changes into curd. Can this change be reversed? This is impossible. This is one of the natural phenomena that happen, and this is irreversible process, because once the curd is converted, so once the milk is converted into curd, we can able to retain the original byproduct called as milk, because the process of the process is irreversible, because the process is called chemical change. So that process is called chemical change, right? An early process, that is physical change, because in the early process the changes occurs only in properties, whereas in this process the change occur in chemically. That process is called chemical change. Once the process is irreversible, that process we call as chemical change, because milk is converted into curd, right? Milk having lactic acid, curd also having lactic acid. One more thing, it also having acetic acid also, right? So because of, if you put some amount of vinegar in warm milk, it become a curd. That is also a chemical process. So the curd which have lactic and also acetic acid. Okay, so that's the thing has happened. So that process called that process is irreversible process, that we want to keep in mind. Once a change of milk into curd and a curd into butter, that is irreversible process. We can't able to get the original byproduct. We find that few ways to bring about a change in the substance could be by heating it or by mixing it with some other substance. We also find that some changes can be reversed while some others cannot be reversed. There must be many other ways of changing things around us. It is possible that some of them could be reversed. The changes around us could be grouped as those, and that can be reversed or cannot be reversed. In higher classes, you will learn about the way in which changes can be made and the way these can be grouped out. So that also I explained in PowerPoint presentation. Actually, what they like to tell, that process nothing but chemical reaction, chemical change and physical change. That I explained in PowerPoint presentation. That you are going to the particular changes in 7th standard chemistry, but we will discuss in 6th standard itself. That they explained here. Nothing but in higher classes you are going to read about some other change. That is nothing but physical and chemical changes. Very simple. Physical change is a reversible change. Chemical change is a irreversible change, right? What are things we consider as physical? The property. If it change in properties like shape, size, and color, that is physical change. But even color we can't take, but shape and size we will consider. But if it is changes occurs in the entire property, or else it will give new substance, because milk is one substance, while while we make the milk to curd is a new substance. If we give new substance, that is called chemical change, right? Physical change doesn't give new substance, right? So this we discussed in early class itself. So anyway, this is the content which is present in our book, and I concluded the today's class with this thing. And next class onwards, I am going to take the new unit called water. So that's the last unit in your standard. I mean about regarding chemistry. And I won't like to give so many advices to you people. You people should know the present condition. That's all. Anyway, I gave advices early when I am starting the classes, so I don't like to extend the session. Okay, and going to today I didn't give any homework to you people. Please complete the classwork and submit it on time. That's the thing I like to give to you. That's the instruction I like to give to you. Don't make it burden to you when you are coming to school. Okay, and that's all. Enjoy the video. If you have any doubt, don't hesitate to ask. Bye.